Nano Samurai. The Samurai's Tribute. The sun was setting over the mountains as the famous female samurai warrior, Kaida, rode her horse along the winding road towards the emperor's palace. Her master, Lord Takeda, had entrusted her with a tribute of gold and jewels to present to the emperor as a symbol of his loyalty and respect. Kaida was known for her bravery and skill in battle, and she had faced many challenges in her life, but this journey would be her most perilous yet. The road was packed with bandits and rival clan warriors, all eager to steal the tribute and claim the credit for themselves. Kaida rode with her hand on her sword, ready to defend herself and her precious cargo. She was determined to complete her mission, no matter what obstacles stood in her way. The first attack came just as the moon rose over the hills. A group of bandits leapt out from behind a boulder, swords drawn and faces twisted in fury. Kaida reacted with lightning-fast reflexes, drawing her sword and slicing through the air. The bandits fell back, surprised by her skill and power. Kaida urged her horse on, galloping towards the next challenge. As dawn broke over the horizon, Kaida saw a group of rival clan warriors waiting for her on the road ahead. They were heavily armed and well-trained, and Kaida knew that this battle would be her hardest yet. She slowed her horse and drew her sword, her heart pounding with excitement and fear. The warriors charged towards her, shouting battle cries and brandishing their weapons. Kaida met them head-on, her sword flashing in the sunlight. The battle was long and fierce, but Kaida's skill and determination won out in the end. The warriors lay defeated on the ground, and Kaida rode on towards the emperor's palace. When Kaida arrived at the palace gates, she was exhausted but triumphant. She presented the tribute to the emperor, bowing low and offering her loyalty and respect. But as she stood up, she realized that something was wrong. The emperor was looking at her with a strange expression, and his courtiers were whispering and laughing behind their hands. "My dear Kaida," the emperor said, his voice smooth and oily. "I have been looking forward to meeting you. You are even more beautiful and skilled than I had heard." Kaida felt a cold shiver run down her spine. She had heard stories about the emperor's love of beautiful women, and she knew that she was in danger. "Your Highness," she said, her voice steady but firm. "I am honored to have served my master and brought him the tribute he requested. But I am not here to be your concubine." The emperor's smile faded, and his eyes narrowed. "You are a brave woman, Kaida. But you are also a foolish one. I have the power to make your life very comfortable or very miserable. Choose wisely." Kaida stood there, her mind racing. She knew that becoming the emperor's concubine would mean a life of luxury and ease, but it would also mean giving up her freedom and her dignity. She thought of all the battles she had fought, all the challenges she had overcome. She could not bear the thought of being dehumanized and used like a piece of property. But she also knew that defying the emperor would have consequences. She could be imprisoned, tortured, or even killed. She stood there, her sword at her side, contemplating her options. The emperor watched her, his expression unreadable. The courtiers whispered and giggled, waiting for her to make her choice. And then, suddenly, Kaida turned and walked away. She mounted her horse and rode out of the palace gates, her head held high. The emperor watched her go, his rage and disappointment burning in his eyes. Kaida rode back to her master's castle, her heart heavy with the knowledge that she had disappointed him. But she also knew that she had made the right choice. She would rather live as a warrior than as a concubine. She would rather fight for her freedom than surrender it to a man who saw her as nothing more than a beautiful object. And so, Kaida's story continues. Will she face more battles and challenges in the future? Will she find love and happiness? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, she will always be a warrior, a fighter, a woman who refuses to be tamed or controlled.